Pharmaceuticals in the U.S. a major money maker. Huge drugstore chains are popping up on every street corner with multiple locations and endless services.
Duane Reade, there's Rite Aid, whichever, the big ones. Not that I prefer them, but it's just that they're the only option.
We're from New Jersey, so we go to CVS.
One in New York, Duane Reade, but mostly CVS.
Competition for mom and pop shops is steeper than ever. In places like the Big Apple, where rent alone is sky high, small neighborhood pharmacies are all but extinct, with the city overflowing with giant chains like this one.
The town drugstore, symbolically, was always at the center of American culture and American life. And now, as the big chains move in, not only do the prices tend to go up, but they squeeze the little guys out.
Hi, this is the pharmacist.
However, small pharmacies have more issues than just the increase of big box shops. Health insurance companies have been merging with drugstores, taking away Americans' choice of where they can get their medicine.
If they fill at my location, they would have to pay 50% of the cost of the medication. If they filled at CVS, they would only pay 30% of the cost of the medication.
Sarah Fratto has had her shop in a small community in upstate New York for about 6 months. Offering personal attention and a more intimate approach, she's built a good reputation with the locals fast.
I'll do it right now.
But the pharmacist says an increasing number of her patients have been learning they have no choice but to do business elsewhere at a giant pharmacy across the street.
What they do is, and we just had one this week, a woman came in, she wanted to fill her prescriptions at our pharmacy. She was sick of CVS, the long waits, the lines, the rude, employees. And we took her prescriptions, took her insurance card, billed it to her insurance, found out she could not fill anywhere besides CVS.
Majid Hosian runs a pharmacy in New Jersey and is faced with the same obstacle. He says he has lost a fifth of his patients because of these deals the big stores are able to make.
They negotiate their own contracts with insurance companies, so they get paid more than what we do, and then when they purchase their medications, they purchase them at a lower rate than what we purchase them at.
Even though there have been pushes from small pharmacy lobbying groups to get in the way of the tricks used by big chains, huge corporations simply have more money to lobby their interests. Even if sued, they pay the fine and move on. Meanwhile, the small businesses fight on to stay afloat.
Allow us to compete freely with each other as businesses.
We go out of our way to give the best customer service and be as friendly as we can.
Despite the pleas and obvious economic benefits of money staying in a community instead of corporate giants' bank accounts,
this sort of general end of the middle class story, which sadly has been the macroeconomic story of the last really 40 years here in the United States.
Great, thanks, Dr. D'Angelo.
Friendly neighborhood shops that used to be what made the American dream possible could soon be a thing of the past. Anastasia Churkiner, RT, New York.